Her koca viran بود اونجا امید گنج هست. Gather, there's an object and there's a poem for you. This is an ode to this city, an ode that is drawn from the stories of those who are less visible at this event, who are the hidden treasures of this city. It's a thank you for the honor of being the resident artist here. And it's another way of having, for me, found the light and the treasures in this rising city that has so welcomed me too. So thank you for giving me the space. This is a poem. It's called Where There Is a Ruin. And it's drawn from a poem by Rumi it goes like this: where there is a ruin, there is hope of treasure. And I thank all the people at the Coventry Refugee Migrant Centre. I thank the ruins themselves. I thank the cathedral, and I thank Rising for the opportunity to form this piece of work and to deliver it to you now. Where there is a ruin, where there has been conflict, violence, retribution, destruction, debris, detritus, the relics, the remains, the remnants, the rubble, the wreckage, the language, the playthings of the shadow side, the bogeyman, Shiva the destroyer, the crucifier, the executioner, the space of us and them, of wrong and right, the innocent, the guilty, the just, the unjust, the powerless and the powerful. Where there is a ruin, this ruin, there was once one who heard the screaming of bombs, wandered out into the streets dazed, saw cars crashing into craters, searing smoke from the tobacco store, shooting up the inside of his nose, watching it all burn, dodging the fires, who pulled a child's hand from the rubble, howling, feeling the drizzle land on their faces. Both sat stunned, trying to wake up, to shake off this bad dream, this night of dark mares on that moonlit night. Couldn't forget. This one who, over the months, the years here, is delicately brought back to life, to love, through talking, crying, being heard, being held, being seen. The one who now spends her days protecting and defending all those other women who have been cut, torn, and broken. The one who is still a child, was once a soldier, was not believed, whose trauma aged her face and mind, who once, not long ago, walked with burnt fingertips and bare feet to the barbed edge of a cold and muddy camp, thinking with a small yet constant hope of her uncle waiting in that place over a narrow stretch of water, the promise of reunion, of reconnection, of safety. The one who came to help that child as if she was their own, as any parent of any child with a right to survive and to thrive, who ensured that she was registered, was fed, was given back her shoes, was put on a bus, was brought here where she had been destined to go for over a year. Where there is a ruin, this ruin, there is a treasure. The one who was a lawyer, who sat on bright mornings drinking strong black Nescafe on his balcony high up over that Syrian city, who looked in his car window and saw them following him yet again, slightly closer each time, each heartbeat slightly faster, who listened when she said, "If we don't leave now, we will be slaughtered too." These ones whose house was stripped bare after they left, piece by piece, who look at me and sigh that war is the end of all dreams. But where there is a ruin, there is hope. These same ones who feel they owe this city, however often they tell him that sanctuary is a human right, who is now starting to feel visible again. This one who is given the chance to draw people together, to self-educate, to offer skills, to give again, and to live again. This one who came for safety and dignity and was given it here, in this former ghost town, who tell me this really is the city of love, peace, and sanctuary. Where there is a ruin, there is hope. There is hope of treasure. The one who took this inward journey, who found strengths, didn't give up, who make space for others as they were made space for, who tells me that when they rebuilt this cathedral, they also built the first mosque, Gurdwara, and Mandir too. The one who was given language, education, connection, until he was able to give his own gifts, reach out, respond to the destitute, translate, write letters, connect, communicate, advise, and inspire, who sees those ones he has helped behind counters, in shops, on buses, in taxis every day. This one who leans in and tells me there are 65 million people on the move now, and there are 65 million gifts still to be given in unexpected ways. That one who was too far from a safe place to be a foundling in her own country, who escaped alone, who now sparkles with the freedom of cycling to a library, being among books, whichever books she chooses to read, who wants to sing this language, this new language, into herself until it's fluent, and one day write a book of her own about all she has lost and all that she has found here about a life within a life. The ones who can finally now plan, who can start to dream, who can cast a thin line of gold stretching over this dark water, who bring treasures here forgotten and unseen. These ones are all past, present, and future. These ones are you, me, and us. Where there is a ruin, there is hope of treasure. Har koja viran bovad, unja omidi ganj hast. And Rumi also added, Ganji hagra mina jui dar deli viran chera. Why not seek the treasure of rights in the ruins of your own heart? Thank you, and please take a gift as you leave.